In the Greek language, there are two primary words that are used for the word time. Let me give them to you. The first one is chronos. Anybody recognize that word? It's where you get the word chronology from, so forth, words of that nature, and I'll come back to that in a moment, and kairos. Both of these can be translated time, but they're very different words in the sense of what they have, what their meaning is all about. Let me see if I can describe it this way. Life contains moments. We're in a moment right now. All you need to do is, if you have a watch on, more than likely you can look at your watch, and if your watch is like mine, it tells me not only the time of the day that we're in right now, but it also gives me the date. And so I know this is January the 28th, and I realize that it's a certain time. And so there is a moment in time, and in just a moment, it'll be a different moment in time as we're marching through the chronos of time. You mark them with your watch, your clock, your calendar, your walking through the chronos of time. Chronology is something that is, if you will, quantitative. You can measure time. But in the context of time, there is something else that the Greeks understood, and we understand it as well. We just don't use the same kind of word for it. This is the chronos. The outward circle here is the chronos of time, and the inner circle is the kairos of time. What that means is this: in every moment, there is an opportunity. They understood the fact that in every moment, there's something that goes beyond the moment. You can ask the question, what time is it? And when you ask that question, it is a quantitative question. Look at your watch and tell me what time it is. But when you say something like this, did you have a good time? What you're saying is, what happened in the context of that moment? Was it good or was it bad? What did you do in the moment that you had? And so what I want you to realize today is that, in fact, the word that is used here in the original language that is translated time in the King James and opportunity in the NIV is the word kairos or kairos. That's the word, and that's the idea of making the most of every what? Kairos, making the most of every opportunity. That in the context of your time, whatever time it is, and your life will be measured in time. In fact, as we've talked about before, when you die, unless you're here when Jesus comes back again, they will put you in a tomb or some kind of grave somewhere likely, and there will be a gravestone, a tombstone. It will have your date of birth and your date of death. That marks the chronology of your life, but it tells nothing about the kairos of your life. It only tells the chronos of your life, not the kairos of your life. And so here we must understand that in every moment of life, there is a kairos. And I want you to know and remind all of us that we are in a kairos moment right now.